Hey everybody, what's up? David Safford here coming at you with a quick video about the number one thing that you need if you want to actually write a book. First things first, if you want to get notifications about when I release new content about writing, adventures, or just living a wonderful life, you definitely want to hit the like button to help this video with the YouTube algorithm and hit the subscribe button to get notifications about when I post new content. All right, so the number one thing if you want to actually write a book, you're going to hear a lot of things about what's the number one thing you need. You need a premise, you need a character, you need a bunch of research about what people are reading right now. No, that's not the number one thing you need. That stuff may be important, but if you're going to actually sit down and write a book, the number one thing you need is something different. A consequence. Consequence? What are you talking about, David? Like school? No. Here's what I mean. You need a consequence for if you fail. If you, for some reason, don't write your book on time, there needs to be a consequence that penalizes you that you have decided on ahead of time. Here's what I'm talking about. So last year, I wrote the first draft of my upcoming novel, Flood. Now, I had to write it in 100 days because I was using the 100-day book program as a part of the Write Practice, which is led by Joe Bunting. And this is actually something that Joe Bunting teaches there at the Write Practice. I had to set up a consequence for myself if I didn't finish the draft at the end of the 100 days. So here's what I did. I'm originally from Michigan, and so I'm a big University of Michigan Wolverines fan. So I decided that if I didn't write my book in time, I was gonna have to purchase an Ohio State jersey and wear that mess over Christmas break when I visited my in-laws in that state of OHIO. Yeah, I can't do it. Now, if you're an Ohio fan, forgive me, that's just my consequence. Maybe your consequence would be buying a Michigan jersey or something like that. But the point is that you decide on what happens if you don't finish your book. And here's the other thing, you gotta tell people about it. You gotta tell your family, your friends, your writing community, anyone that you care about who cares about you. You've gotta tell them that you have this consequence set up if you don't finish your book in time. So why is it a consequence and not all this other stuff? Because you're gonna do the other stuff once you have a consequence in place. Once you are properly motivated from within to write this book, those things will come. Now you may say, David, well come on, what do you mean properly motivated? I shouldn't be motivated by negative consequences. Of course not. No one should. But you know what? You're human. I'm human and you're human. Seriously, what motivates you to come to a full and complete stop at a stop sign? Is it because you really love and respect the law? Or is it because you don't want to get a ticket? I know that sounds really negative and jaded, but sometimes we have to take advantage of the negative, jaded parts of human nature if we want to be successful. And so in this case, take advantage of that negative, jaded part of you that isn't going to want to write a book when you're busy. When you're distracted, when you're overwhelmed, when you're depressed, you're not going to want to write the book. But there needs to be something there saying, go, don't stop writing, don't give up. So think about it. What is a consequence that I can set up for myself if I don't finish my book by a certain deadline? Maybe that deadline is a year from now. Whatever deadline works for you, you set that up and you put the consequence there, and then you tell at least 3 people about it. Someone in your family, a friend of yours, maybe someone at work, but set up that accountability so that if you don't do it, they're gonna say, hey, did you write your book? So I want you to be a productive writer and a writer who gets things done. So let's make sure that you have a consequence in place that's going to keep you writing no matter how you're feeling. Hey, I hope you like this video. I hope it motivates you to get out there and start writing your book right now. If you want to learn more about writing and get tips regularly, subscribe to this channel and go to davidsafford.com and subscribe for my newsletter and updates. Also, I'm going to be launching my novel, Flood, a Great Smoky Mountains adventure novel, on October 6th. If you want to read chapters of that for free, head to my website, davidsafford.com, subscribe, and you could actually be one of my early review readers and get the entire book for free. Go check it out. Until then, see you next time.